Hey friends, Wayne over here at the Ram Man. Don't forget to sign. This information will probably save you some time, money, and some grief. Rest assured. It's June the 13th, 2025. Iran got bombed last night. Israel went in and bombed them. I've been waiting 46 years for Iran to get bombed. Ever since they took our hostages in '79. Good riddance. Anyway, wanted to talk about a client setup. Got a client that said that he's building him a car. And it's cool, it's an e-body. 71 Cuda. Ryan. Looks like yeah. Ryan, 71 Cuda. So, here we go. Most people, okay, so the Hemi setup used a tandem Bendix booster. It came out in 1966 for the B-body. Of course, it's been out a long time, a lot of information. Most people know that the bolt pattern is different between a standard booster and a Hemi. They engineered that to keep the geometry right to mount the brackets. A lot of people say, hey, by looking at it, hey, they just moved the two upper ones down to keep the geometry right and the throw so the hub wouldn't bind up. But that's not true. All four of them are moved slightly. All four studs are moved slightly. This will fit on there, but in no way will it fit on there. Won't even come close. So anyway, we've got his booster right here. Of course, brackets. He didn't have anything, so we dug up a manual plate. So when they were going down the assembly line, they either had like manual drum brakes or whatever, or firewall plate right there, and the Hemi setup was designed to bolt directly to that firewall plate, just like that. Then bolts to the booster. And of course, on those E-bodies, they ran that 91 master cylinder, 1 1/8" master cylinder, which is cost prohibitive for most people, and I only have just a couple left. They're approaching the high teens, $1,700, $1,800, and it can get pretty expensive. So what we're going to do on this unit is, it is a clone car, but super nice. We're just going to run a B-body Hemi master cylinder with the same bore size, which of course they started using in '67 on the Hemi cars and the disc brake cars. So here's his unit. Most people don't know that a Hemi unit and the brackets consist of a few parts that most people don't understand. Square pins and this, and filters, filter retainers, boot retainer plates. So that's the stuff in there. What do I mean by a square pin? Square pin goes in that bracket just right and holds the orientation. Go. Anyway, so we've got his plate, brackets, of course the booster. Most people don't know this. So the filter goes on first. Boot retaining plate, I'll push that up through later. And then we have our spacers, which keeps our alignment just right. And then we have our lock washers and our nuts. And that's how this assembly goes together. But right now, we're going to test Ryan's booster. Nothing worse than having a booster that doesn't work and you don't check it before you mount it in the car on like a 66 Ford Galaxy when you're just in high school, one of your first cars, and you go through all that time, break your back, get up underneath the dash, use a 1/2-inch wiggler with an 18-inch extension, and yada yada yada, and then it doesn't work. Boy, I tell you what, you want to take a hammer to that damn fender. If you think that's a made-up story, you go on and believe that. That's coming from Wayne done did that. Okay, let's make sure we got some juice. Need some vacuum. So, we're going to test that it works. We're going to test the vacuum reserve. We're going to test that it doesn't leak, and we're going to do all this very simply. Now, you got a great big old spring in there and a big old thick mechanism. In general, you are not going to be able to take your palm and compress the guts of a tandem booster. You'll be able to get it done, but you'll have a mark in your hand about a 1/2 inch deep. It's pretty difficult. Under vacuum, it should be easy. There we go. Working, returns real good. These guts are smooth. Okay. Pop the vacuum off. Now, the can holds reserve. That's one of the reasons they used a big old can, so that you'd have a reserve. And so, like if your motor shut off, backfired or whatever, you'd have enough vacuum to do an emergency stop. You know, pull off the side of the highway and exit and stop one time. So, let's check and see. If the case leaks, or if the check valve leaks, one-way check valve, we're checking that check valve, it leaked the vacuum out like that. So, you guys know. So, let's see what happens. 1, 2, you heard it. Vacuum is exhausted. So mechanism works good. The assist works good. You saw me do it with one finger. The can obviously holds vacuum and doesn't have a massive leak. And the check valve works. So there you go. We got one fantastic Hemi unit to send off to Ryan for his 71 Hemi Cuda. That is badass. That's badass. Now, if you need a Hemi setup for any car, you give us a call and I'll save you some time, some money, and some grief. You can count on it. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless our president. Bye.